protect her. In the middle of the field like David Beckham. All my niggas locked up for real, I'm tryna help them. When I got a meal, got me the chills, don't know what happened. Pop pill, do what you feel, I'm on that zombie. I'm more like Gaddafi, I'm not no Gundy. I'm more like I'm David Goliath running. Be cloning, I find it funny. Clone, we finna know, straight out the dungeon. We finna know, hey. I go in the mouth, she costing me nothing. 300 the watch, it's out of your budget. 300. Mean muggin' got me clutching. Yeah, and this stick right out of Russia. Ice water turn Atlantic. Night calling in a fan.
Okay, so now that we have finished my eyes for right now, we're gonna leave that right now. We're going to move on to my base. Okay, we're gonna beat my face. Beat my face, my face, beat my face, beat my face, my face. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is you wanna moisturize. So what I use, or what I've been using lately, is the Clinique Super Defense Daily Defense Moisturizer, which has SPF 20 in it. It comes in a bottle or jar like this, and I just put my finger and just, I don't even tell you how to use moisturizer. I don't. I'm pretty sure you all moisturize your face, and I wash my face every time before I apply makeup, just so that it applies my makeup more smoothly. But you always want to stay moisturized. Now, I have oily skin, and people often make the mistake that because you have oily skin, you shouldn't use a moisturizer, or you shouldn't use a primer, but you absolutely should. Moisturizing is key, actually, because with oily skin, if you don't moisturize, your skin is going to produce oils that you don't want. Your skin is going to produce oils regardless, but like, you want to control the oils that are coming out of your skin, and you can control that with primers and powders and moisturizers. So yeah, so after moisturizer, what I do is I prime. Now, primer that I use, it is the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. You've probably seen it all over Instagram, raved about. It's amazing. Looks like this. You can see I've hit pan. But yeah, this should still last me a little bit longer. But yeah, I use it for everything. Not for everything, but I just put it all over my face. And it also, I don't know if it has SPF in it. I don't think so, but it just has a white cast to it a little bit. So don't be worried if you get a little white cast. Ow. If you get a little white cast, it will all be covered with foundation, concealer, your preference, whatever the case might be, whatever. So it's okay. I tend to use primer all over my face just because, again, I do get oily, whereas other people do not use primer everywhere. They just use it in the places they get oily. But again, I'm oily, so I use it everywhere. So I use it in my T-zone and my under eye area, my cheeks, my nose, chin, and my cupid's bow. So after I moisturize and prime, I picked up this step from a very popular beauty influencer by the name of Jackie Aina. I was about to sing her song, but we're not about to get copyrighted. It's a very catchy song, but we're not going to sing it. So she does this thing where she takes, guys, I have makeup all over me. She takes translucent powder in the shade medium deep, medium deep, and she sets her primer basically, and it locks in the oils in her face so that it, like, one, it will make your makeup, it will make your makeup last longer, And 2, it will also build the coverage of your foundation. So if you have, let's say, a medium coverage foundation, it will make your medium coverage foundation a full coverage. So yeah, so she takes a beauty blender, she dips it in the powder as so, and then she just sets the places where she primed. Like so. And this is ensuring that you lock the oils in your... Okay, so you can use any powder, honestly. If you're more fair skin, you can use regular translucent. I mean, I could use this as well because, again, I'm going to cover it with foundation. I could use banana powder. I can use anything, honestly. We're going to cover it. The point is to use a powder to set your primer. So, next step that I'm going to move on to is my foundation. Now, some people tend to color correct. I do not. Just for the simple fact that I use very full coverage foundation, so I don't see the need to. And what should I call it? I tend to switch up the way that I apply my foundation. Some days, it depends on how I'm feeling, honestly. Some days I apply it with a buffing brush, and some days I apply it with a beauty blender. And today the foundation I'm going to be using is the Dior Forever Undercover 24-Hour Full Coverage Foundation. This is what it looks like. It is in the shade 51. If you are anywhere near my skin complexion, you can use me as a reference. So what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to place it on the back of my hand as so. And we're just gonna start. That's what I usually do. Makes me feel like an artist. And then we just buff. Also, what you want to know about this foundation is it's very matte. It is a matte foundation. Now, I love matte foundations. I really do. Again, I have oily skin, but lately I don't know what it is. I've just been not feeling the matte foundation thing, and I think it's because the weather. I am in between 2 different environments and climates, so like my skin is changing, and it's like I have like combination skin now, so it's like my skin isn't as oily, so it's like the matte makes me feel dry or look dry, you know what I mean? So I don't know what it is, but hopefully, I don't know. You know what? Like today, this foundation is just not doing it for me. It's not at all. It's like I need a lot. Yep. Now for me, I tend to use darker foundations because I like to use very light concealers to highlight. So I don't know why this looks so orange today. This has never looked this orange. I don't know what's going on, guys. I really don't. I can't even explain it to you because I don't know why. So guys, do you want to know a fun fact? I actually dyed this hair like myself. Like, I really did. I did it all by myself. It took me a very long time, but I did it all by myself. You know, sometimes as a college student, you know, you broke. And, you know, you can't afford to pay people to do things. So, you know, you gotta do things on your own. And you gotta research. That's what I had to do. Guys, I know you're probably looking at me crazy, but you gotta get the ears too. And then don't look at me crazy. I know I have earrings, but we'll clean them later. I don't know why it looks like that today, but it usually doesn't. So for concealer, I'm gonna use my tried and true, which I use all the time, my Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the color Warm Sand. It has an amazing. It has an amazing doe-foot applicator, as so, if you can see, like this. So it's just easy to apply. That was a lot. I always apply right here under my eyes, you know, because college is stressful. And had your girl, you know, has insomnia, so, you know, she don't sleep. So she gotta look like she got some sleep. I put some on my chin, put some on my cupid's bow. I run some down my nose. We're gonna snatch that nose. I put some along my forehead. We're actually gonna connect my forehead one and my nose one. And then what I sometimes do is I seal right here under my cheekbone. Just a snatch. My cheeks just a little bit more. Even though I have very high cheekbones, I like my cheeks snatched. Okay? So now, what I've been feeling lately is a brush to blend out my concealer. Why, I don't know. But it just, I don't know, it just works miracles. So we're going to use you today. And if I don't like you, we're going to switch to beauty blender. But what I usually do is I blend you out with this first, and then, which is a Morphe M335 brush. It is a small buffing brush, which could be used for tiny details such as concealer, and some people may use this for contour, but I use it for concealer. And then I use this, and then I go in to make sure there are no harsh lines or no brush strokes with the beauty blender. So now we're gonna go in and just buff out. That's it. I usually start from the outside and then work my way towards the inside. But as you can see, I have like a very highlighted look. I don't really like the natural look. I'm telling you guys, we don't do dull here. We do extra over here and glow for days. Extra, extra, extra. Read all about it. But yeah. You see how that blends it out, and then we're just gonna take you. And you see how seamless that blended out? Oh, yes. Now we're gonna move on to my forehead before it dries down, and I can't blend it out anymore because that is the worst. See, it's already drying down, so I gotta move fast. I usually tend to blend this part out with Beauty Blender, just because, like I said, this dries fast, so I want to make sure it's all blended out. Guys, don't mind my skin. My skin just looks terrible today. Or just lately. My skin just wants to say, you know, can't say that here, but you know what it wants to say. Guys, I just got really tired. I don't know why. Oh, I know why. Because it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Oh, guys, I don't know what's going on with my face here, but my skin is just like, ooh, child. Ooh, chale. That is what my skin is saying to me today. I usually just go in with my foundation brush over it just to make sure everything is blended together, and then again go with the Beauty Blender once again. And the next step that we're gonna do is my contour. I use this brush. It's the Morphe M572 brush. Sorry, here. And what I'm using for my contour that I always use is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Cream Kit in the shade Deep. These are the shades. You can't see. It comes with a concealer shade, a corrector, and then 4 different shades for bronzing slash contour. So I usually just put, and I use this shade right here. It's like the deepest shade in here. It has more of a red. Some people like a grayer contour, but I like more red. So I usually contour my cheeks, my jawline, my guys, I'm forgetting what it's called. I just made a double chin, guys. And my forehead and my nose. So now we're gonna blend you out. I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use the Morphe Y11 brush. It's a pointed contour brush. And you're just gonna go in circular motions to blend it out. And after I use a brush, I usually go in again with the beauty blender because the beauty blender is your best friend. It will never fail you. Under my eye. So I'm going to take this Morphe M334 brush. It's an angled blending brush, which I use for my nose. I think it's perfect for the nose because it's angled. And I just blend. I've just got this brush. So this is also on the list of newer brushes or new products, I guess. And what I also do sometimes is I take some concealer and I put it on the sides of my nose, and it helps me diffuse the harsh line of my concealer sometimes. I mean, of my contours. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my face. And I'm going to set my face using the Mercier's translucent powder in the shade translucent. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this with my banana powder. Now there are different brands of banana powder you can use. There's the Bed Nye. This is the Revolution powder. As long as it's banana powder, banana just means the shade. So I mix these two just because translucent sometimes can give you flashback Mary, and banana powder is like the perfect thing for us brown girls. But don't mind me, I very much set very heavy. Again, I'm oily, so I set very heavy. So everywhere I concealed. My under eye, cupid's below my chin, my forehead, and I go under my cheeks and I snatch my cheeks. Oh, that was a lot of powder. A lot of powder, guys. I want to also drag a line down the center of my nose. Now you see how set I like to be? That's how set I like to be. Now while that sits, also known as baking, while I let it sit for a little bit, I'm going to bronze up my face using the Anastasia Beverly Hills powder bronzer in the shade Mahogany. It's their deepest shade. I know they need deeper shades, but it's a lot deeper than what it looks. But yeah, that's what it looks like. And I'm using this Morphe M523 brush. It's a bronzing brush. I dip it in there and then I tap just so that dusting off, and then circular motions in all the places I contoured. This is the bronzing step. And I also forgot, I'm going to take this other angled brush by e.l.f. It's an angled contour brush that I use by e.l.f. Looks like this. And I'm gonna also, I use this for my nose. So I'm gonna drag this down my nose. Dust up the edges of my nose. And now after this, like I said, once I'm done with this is when I wipe off the bake. So I take this brush. I either use this brush or this brush. This is the Morphe E41 and this is the Morphe E3. I used to use this brush, but then I realized it was a little big, as you can see. So now I tend to use this Morphe E3 brush just because it's tinier, so it's easier to get in tinier spaces. So I'm just off. Now, if it leaves a cast, I'm using this Iman pressed powder in the shade Earth Medium. I've had this for a while, but you can probably pick this up from Ulta or your local beauty supply store. But yeah. So I just lightly. Now after this step I go in with blush, and for blush I use this for blush I use this BH Cosmetics palette. It's called the Professional Blush 10 Color Blush Palette. Again, comes with 10 shades. It's all busted. So it has 10 shades. The shade I'm going to use today is I'm probably going to mix these two. This pink and this orange. Or this coral and orange. We don't want it to be too blushy, so we're going to knock it off. And then you smile. And you brush it along your cheek, blending it into your contour. So now for the last final step of the face, we're going to, well, no. First, what we're going to do is I'm going to highlight. And with highlight, it's a 3-step application process. So, hold on, before I open this, let me show you guys what I'm using. So today I'm going to be using the Artist Couture Glow Powder in the shade Conceited, fitting. And the brush I'm going to be using is the Morphe M501. Some people like to use fan brushes. If you like fan brushes, I have a Morphe 310. Sorry guys, but I like this brush. So there's usually excess in the cap. You don't need to go exactly in the in the dark. So we're gonna tap, 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 and then we're gonna dust off. Make sure there's not a lot on your brush, and then you're gonna go above as so. look at that. Yes. Honey, yes. I take it above my eyebrow. No. Guys, this is why this channel is called Glow for Days. If you didn't realize. Because we glow for days over here. As you see, I'm just adding more and more and more. And I haven't even done the second step yet. So I need to stop. I'm going to take it to my nose. Matter of fact, I use a smaller brush for my nose. I use a Morphe bullet brush. This doesn't have a number. It came from a set. Take it down my nose. So, put that on my finger. Tip of my nose. I want to make sure you glow, baby, glow. Glow loves glow. Whenever you're having a bad day, just make sure to glow. So now the second step of this process is to also, just for the whole face, is you're going to set your face. Now what I have in my hands is also a new product that I just recently got. And it's the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. And I usually swear by the Hangover Too Faced 3-in-1 setting spray or the Urban Decay De-Slick or All-Nighter setting spray. They're both matte setting sprays, but this is a goodie too. So yeah, and also I like this spray because it's just continuous. So ready? We're gonna just took a shower. So now we're gonna fan ourselves. Fan, fan, fan. Make sure it's all locked in. Okay, so now the last step of highlight is we highlight some more after setting spray. And I'm just gonna use what's left on the brush. Set again. Just at the end one more time. Oh, yes. I look and I get a little excited, guys. Just a little. I guess. It's my favorite step, if you guys haven't realized. Really. So now we're gonna set again with the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. Just one more time. Ready? Lock it and load it, guys. Lock it and load it. Okay, guys, so this is the finished look. And again, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, guys. Join the Glow team. And also, I hope you guys stay tuned for the next video. I hope to upload soon. And I hope you guys come back and you stay tuned. And don't forget to glow for days. Is it true that I'm a... Because I eat my Mercier cabbage.